who is now training at Colorado Springs in the United States, 13 minutes 19.30, also holds the meet record of the Federation Cup, 13 minutes 39.43, set in 22. So Avinash Sable is setting the trend, Swarnalata out here. Here they are now. 2.5 laps at the far end of the stadium. They'll go on for approximately, as I said, 14 minutes, unless Swarna, there's got someone to say, Avinash Sable, I'm going to break your record, the meet record.
Here starts the race, 5,000 meters. In the round one, the athletes Rinku, Lokesh Chaudhary, Sandeep Singh, Saurabh Kumar, Gaurav Mathur, Naresh Chopra, Simran Singh, and Prakash Rao, Vikas, Pankaj Yadav, followed by the athletes.
It looks as if they are on the early morning jog to early days. Shadab Pathan from Maharashtra seems to be in a bit of a hurry out there, taking that early lead. But as I said, 12.5 laps to go, or now exactly 12 laps plus to go from here on as they come to the start or the finish of the 100 meters, the 200, the 400. All the finishes actually take place there, but they all bunch together. And as we said, all eyes will be on Sandeep Singh. 13 minutes 59.99 in the 26th edition of the Federation Cup. Gaurav Mathur, who had 14:06.38 but did well in the finals, 13:57.55, and Harmanjot Singh 13:57.02 in the final. So these are the three to watch out for, but you always have a dark horse who comes from nowhere to take it away. The lead now changing. It's up to someone else to make sure that he's there in the center of the field. And that is the boy who finished in the top three last year, Sandeep Singh, 13:59.99, 14:08.88 in the preliminary rounds, and he's gone into that lead. So all 25 of them now in a bunch. The guys at the back will have to do some big homework, get plan A into action, and if plan A does not work, then put plan B into action.
Yes, of course, in this 5,000 meters long distance race, strategy and endurance are key.
Yes, for sure. Sandeep Singh, interestingly, Swarnalata mentioned that last year he represented Uttar Pradesh in the 26th edition of the Federation Cup. And perhaps at the national games, he must have said, I like Goa, which is where the national games were held. And he said, मैं अब गोवा के लिए भागूंगा. So he's running in the Goa colors here in the 27th edition of the Federation Cup. The lights are still on. It poured and poured with thunder and lightning. You can see the water. It's not been watered by the officials out here, but the rain gods came down very heavily around 10:30 last night, perhaps cooling the temperatures a wee bit. And the runners must be very, very happy. The temperatures surely have dropped down. They were hovering around 38 degrees when I landed last afternoon. 38 degrees, hot, humid conditions. But these runners, oh, someone seems to be in a bit of a hurry out there, jostling, making sure that that lead is maintained. The top three, Swarnalata, Sandeep, Gaurav Mathur, and Harmanjot, who finished in the top boys last edition, which was held in Ranchi, the wonderful city of Ranchi, the capital of Jharkhand. Famous, of course, because of one boy who started as a footballer there, and we won't talk about that game. Went on to do some wonders, and he still does the wonders. He's an iconic role model, I'm sure, for the athletes from Jharkhand, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Ranchi, of course, has hosted the national games. The lead now at this point of time with Deepak Bhatt of Uttarakhand. Remember the boys from the hills, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand. I don't see a representation here from Himachal Pradesh in the first round. There is a boy in the second round, which is Savan Barwal, but plenty from Uttarakhand. Surender Singh, the boy who did wonders at the 5,000 meters and the 10,000 meters, a Subedar Major from the Indian Army, the MEG, trains a lot of these athletes, the 5,000, the 10,000, and the marathoners. But the lead still with 789 Deepak Bhatt of Uttarakhand. Early days, as I said, starting off with 12 and a half laps, close to 14 minutes is what we'll see these boys and the women later on to be there. But this boy seems to be a cool customer, isn't he? The boy in the second position, but you can see Sandeep Singh still hanging on to that third spot. I suspect the main bunch will start getting separated, Swarna, from the others. If you see number 23, 24, 25 are struggling to stay with the group. So staying with the group is the most important if you need to finish in the top three or the top five.
Yes, of course, they have to maintain the lead until they finish 12 and half laps. And runners often start conservatively, setting into a rhythm before making strategic moves to maintain pace or surge ahead. It's a test of physical and mental stamina, with athletes pushing their limits while conserving enough energy for a strong finish.
Oh, yes, you need all those ingredients of the long distance running, the 5,000 and the 10,000 meters. We are now into approximately 6 odd minutes of the event out here. The morning session, which will go on for 2 hours. We got the 5,000 meters, the first round, with 25 in the first, 25 in the second. You also have the 100 meters, the first for the decathlon. The decathlon will see three of the events in the morning session. The discus throw will also be on for the men a little later. The long jump in the decathlon, the 200 round one, the discus throw, the second group out here, the shot put in the decathlon, and the 400 hurdles round one. So that's the morning session. We got a packed day, 2 hours in the morning, and virtually about 5 hours in the evening session. We got someone else now trying to creep in. किरण मात्रे फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र perhaps must have said थोड़ी देर के लिए मैं भी आगे चला जाता हूँ.
Yes, sir. It's been keeping changing since the lap one. We have been observing the athletes. It's been continuing. It should, of course. The athletes are competing. There is a lot of competition. Of course, 50 athletes are there in this 5,000 meters men's.
Yes, Swarnalata mentioned about all those ingredients which these 5,000-meter athletes do need to have. Training for all these races, right from the sprints to the longest distance, requires improvement of the athletes' anaerobic and aerobic endurance. These are the two huge figures or the adjectives that I use, the anaerobic and the aerobic endurance. Aerobic endurance, of course, is controlled by the capacity of the heart, the lungs, and the circulatory system for supplying oxygen to the muscles for a long, sustained effort. So, if you now look at the picture frame, you have the main bunch, and then perhaps our camera will also show you some of the others at the back of the field, 24, 25, struggling to stay out there. Where's the lead now? 5, 4, 3. He's taken up that lead. Naresh Chopra from Rajasthan. And then you got, along with him, someone who was there earlier on, Kiran Matre. But so it's still early days, as I would say. It'll be the uh, perhaps the big boys, as we call them, Sandeep Singh, Gaurav Mathur, and Harmanjot. I haven't seen Harmanjot and Gaurav Mathur on the fray. They are surely deciding to stay somewhere at the back and then open up a little later.
Of course, every runner has a specific individual abilities, Mr. Milind. They will hide their abilities till the end. They will try to maintain that and watch for the tactics like drafting to conserve energy, strategic surges to break away from the pack, and a final kick for the finish line.
So we've completed 5 laps, or is it 5 to go? Well, it's just about 10 odd minutes. He has 5 to go. Just about 10 odd minutes. We started at 5:45, under 10 minutes as of now. A reminder that the national record, Avinash Sable at Walnut, uh, 13 minutes 19.30 on the 6th of May. So it was around the same time in 2023 last year that Avinash Sable broke the national record. The meet record also in his name, 13:39.43 in 2022. 5 to go, in fact, 4 to go from here on now. And things are changing, or things seem to be changing at this point of time. We got Harmanjot Singh. So, wasn't I asking you that question? Where is Harmanjot Singh? And suddenly he seems to have said, "Guys, I'm there. I'm there. Don't count me out." So, he's there. Some of the other big guns, Sandeep, as also Gaurav Mathur, will slowly start coming into the picture frame. But always the experience of someone who's won last year, you always carry the pressure on your shoulders. But that pressure also makes you good to take those leads from here on. Harmanjot takes the lead here. We are now coming virtually towards the final essay, as one calls, of the first event of the morning session, the men's 5,000 meters around one.
Of course, Harmanjot Singh is trying to maintain the pace, taking the lead. And we have the record of Harmanjot Singh in the 26th edition of the Athletics Federation Cup as 13 minutes 57.02, representing Madhya Pradesh. And still he's been continuing. And here and there we have completed 6 laps.
Naresh Chopra in second. Deepak Bhatt of Uttarakhand in third. Where is Sandeep and Gaurav Mathur? We haven't seen much of Gaurav Mathur as of now. Also have 446 Kiran Matre latching on. But clearly Harmanjot Singh has different ideas out here. He seems to be in a different zone altogether. Cool customer. Comes from the state of Madhya Pradesh, 14:08.39 in the heats in the 26th edition, and then went on to do better in the finals, 13:57.07. Far, far away from the meet record, leave alone the national record. But the important factor, Swarnalata, we must mention is that all these boys and girls over 4 days will be also vying to qualify for the Olympic Games in Paris to be held in the month of August. That's the big one coming up. You are there only for 4 years. So if you miss the bus or the train or the aeroplane, as you say, from Delhi to Paris, 9 hours of flight. If you miss that flight, then you got to wait for another 4 years. Of course, you have the Asian Games and the Commonwealth Games. And some of the other events, the World Championships, the Diamond League is where you practice now. If you take part, if you're amongst the top. So we just saw Neeraj Chopra and Kishore Jenna taking part in the Diamond League earlier this week in Doha. We're now going into the final lap from here on. Where are we? Kiran Matre. Yes, there goes the bell. Kiran Matre. Surprise there, surprise. You got Kiran Matre in the lead with Naresh Chopra in the second position. Harmanjot has dropped down to third. Does he have that huge burst, Swarnalata, to finish ahead of these two in the fray? But we got a surprise. Surely Kiran Matre and Naresh Chopra have done wonders at this point of time.
Yes, it's really been a great platform to all these athletes. The race unfolds with a blend of individual effort and tactical awareness, making it a compelling event to watch. What a beautiful day it has started in the early morning. 5,000 meters it had been came to an end now.
So they're now coming up to the last 100 meters. Matre there. You got Naresh Chopra. Harmanjot perhaps must be saying, "ठीक है यार, I'll qualify." Remember, 8 will qualify, and the 8 after that. But so I think the top runners must have said, I'm not really worried. As long as I qualify for the finals, that's important, and that is what he has done. But sometimes psychologically, when you go into the finals later on, the boy who's gone on to win, Kiran Matre, will have that extra psychological advantage of saying, I had beaten someone who had won the event last year. But we finished the first of the events of the morning session on the opening day of the 27th or the 30th, 27th edition of the Senior Federation Cup. Some of the others now start coming in to make sure that they do qualify for the finals of the 5,000 meters. Grueling start in the morning session. You can't have anything better for these long distance runners.
Yes, we expect ups and downs. Some days are better than others. But here in the round one, what an fantastic finish we have seen by babe number 446, Kiran Matre. And yes, there is a lot more to observe in the second round also.